Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. Let's jump right into the daily briefing for August 1st, 2026. We've got a really fascinating mix to unpack today, ranging from some pretty critical environmental shifts to tense geopolitics and even some historic athletic achievements. To keep things structured, we're looking at three main areas today: a massive new environment and energy push, a sobering look at global security, and we'll wrap up with some incredible Commonwealth sports triumphs. So let's start with Section 1, our environment and energy push. It's really a tale of two realities. Looking at the newly released Environmental Performance Index for 2026, India's placement is, well, it's a tough pill to swallow. They're sitting way down at 176th place with a score of 22.46. To put that into perspective, they are literally just one spot ahead of Laos, who is dead last. On the flip side, you've got Estonia leading the entire global pack with a score nearing 75. Now, you might be wondering how they get these numbers. This isn't just some arbitrary ranking. This index is put together by heavy hitters. We're talking the Yale Center for Environmental Law and Policy and Columbia University. They're evaluating 177 countries against 47 distinct indicators across 12 specific categories. So they're digging deep into the real-world stuff that impacts us all: climate change, ecosystem vitality, and public health metrics. It's a rigorous checkup of the planet. When a nation gets handed a stark, objective wake-up call like this, the immediate question is, how do you respond? What's the government's game plan to actually tackle these monumental energy and sustainability challenges? Well, the Union Cabinet's answer is loud, clear, and massive. 5,070 crore rupees. That is the newly approved budget for the Pradhan Mantri Surya Sarovar Yojana, a huge pivot entirely designed to aggressively push floating solar power projects. The sheer ambition here is absolutely off the charts. The goal of this initiative is 5,000 megawatts of floating solar capacity, but they aren't just generating power. They are building 10,000 megawatt hours of co-located energy storage, which is absolutely crucial. These projects are going to be greenlit from this fiscal year through 2030-31, with financial backing stretching out to 2033. And the support? It's huge. The center is giving 1 crore rupees per megawatt in financial assistance once a project is up and running. It's a massive structural effort to completely change that environmental trajectory. All right, so we've seen how a country addresses internal challenges, but what happens when global boundaries are unexpectedly and violently crossed? Let's pivot our focus away from domestic green energy to a highly volatile situation playing out right now on an international border. That brings us to Section 2, Global Security Concerns, and specifically the KO-101 incident in Poland. The physical evidence of this is just staggering. A massive 10-meter crater suddenly formed inside Poland's eastern Lublin region. This wasn't just a close call. An actual Russian cruise missile violated Polish airspace and crashed during a massive air assault on Ukraine. It really highlights the severe, objective scale of an unexpected breach directly into NATO territory. To understand exactly why this has put the entire globe on high alert, we need to look at the weapon itself. We're talking about the Russian Ka-101, which goes by the NATO reporting name AS-23 Kodiak. Make no mistake, this is not your run-of-the-mill projectile. This is a highly advanced, strategic, air-launched cruise missile. When you break down the specs, it paints a pretty terrifying picture. It's built with stealth features to evade radar, and it's packing a 450-kilogram conventional warhead. We're looking at an operational range of 2,500 to 3,000 kilometers. But the wildest part, especially for a missile that's somehow veered off course into Poland, is its guidance system. It combines 3 highly sophisticated technologies: an inertial navigation system, GLONASS satellite navigation, and optical electronic terrain contour matching. The fact that a weapon with triple redundant navigation crashed into a neighboring country, that makes this a terrifying close call for global security. Okay, let's take a breath and move to something a bit more uplifting. Section 3, Commonwealth sports triumphs. We're talking medals, broken records, and undefeated runs. Setting the stage right in New Delhi at the Thyroid Stadium, the 2026 Commonwealth Table Tennis Championships wrapped up on August 2nd. And wow, it proved to be an absolutely historic, undefeated run for the host nation.
We basically saw total dual dominance from both Indian teams. The men's team fought this incredible nail-biting battle to defeat Malaysia 3-2, successfully defending their championship title. And at the exact same time, the women's team showed just absolute supremacy, completely sweeping Malaysia 3-0 in their final match. Both of these teams managed to stay completely undefeated against some seriously formidable opponents the whole way through the tournament.
Now, shifting gears over to the Commonwealth Games weightlifting event. Just let this colossal number sink in for a second. 388 kilograms. Literally, try to imagine the sheer, explosive strength required to move that kind of weight. Because the competition here was unbelievably tight. In the men's 110-kilogram weightlifting event, India's Lovepreet Singh secured the silver medal with a total lift of 388 kilograms. He missed out on the gold by a razor-thin margin, literally just 1 single kilogram behind New Zealand's David Leedy, who took the top spot with 389 kilograms. And look at the massive gap between silver and bronze. England's Andrew Griffiths took third with 356 kilograms, so Singh and Leedy were just in an absolute league of their own here. And what makes Lovepreet Singh's silver medal performance so incredible is that he actually made history along the way. He set a brand new Commonwealth Games record by lifting an astounding 176 kilograms in the snatch event alone, right? And that was before he even went on to complete a 212-kilogram clean and jerk to reach that massive total. It is just a phenomenal display of athletic prowess. So, we've covered a really wide and contrasting array of facts in today's explainer. We went from a massive 5,000 megawatt investment to correct a stark environmental ranking, to a 10-meter crater in Poland caused by advanced stealth weaponry, all the way to history-making strength and undefeated runs on the Commonwealth stage. It leaves us to wonder, as you reflect on these shifting realities, how will these individual events ripple into tomorrow's major global trends? Which of today's realities do you think will shape our collective future the most? Keep analyzing the data, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.